Friends, hello. It is Thursday, really Friday. The market is done for this week. We've got a 3-day vacation coming up here. It's gonna be rough. I'm not gonna lie. We're not gonna be doing good here for the stock market. We're gonna have to play around with crypto this week. But hey, so making an early video here. I gotta get the kiddos washed up and got Easter stuff going on, and you know how it goes. We gotta start hiding eggs around here. But let's talk about what happened today with Trump media, Rumble, this whole week, and kind of give an insight more what's coming here. So, friends, what a great week! What a great week, man! You know, this finally happened with Trump media here. I'll get the name here eventually, but Trump media. Listen, you know, I don't think it did terrible today. Even, you know, it's still sitting at a $61. Price point where it's at right now, bid price. And you know, a lot of analysts were coming out and saying, you know, this is going to fall back down to, you know, $15 to $20 range by now. And you know what, it should have but you know, I gave a video yesterday where I said kind of synopsis of what I said there is like, you know, I really think we're probably going to enter this realm with this stock that is going to be a little on the side of ridiculous, and it's going to be a rogue stock this year, and it's still going to play around being a meme stock. But I'm not saying anything bad there, because if you've been in the market any time, then you've seen meme stocks make a lot of money, and a lot of people have made a lot of money off of this stock so far. And I still think there's a lot to come here, but I do suspect, to be on the safe side, I do think there will be some kind of mass sell-off and somewhat of a reboot for this stock here. Whether it's next week or a month from now, I do think there's going to be a pullback before we see another big resurgence in the stock where it really takes off. So let's break this down, talk about a few things here, and go right into it. I do want to say this too. I am going to make a cannabis video, stock cannabis video this week. I promise. And kind of I get that comment so much. People asking me about cannabis stocks and what's going on there. Obviously, there's a lot of legal stuff going on behind the scenes right now. So I will make a video here soon, very soon, hopefully by tomorrow or over the weekend, about, you know, my feelings and where I'm at with cannabis stocks. So I'll get that out. So this 5-day chart right now, you know, the most we hit is right under 75 this week. And that is shy of 2 years ago with when this was DWAC, Digital World Acquisition, before the merger here, obviously. You know, 2 years ago, we hit around that almost $100 mark, and that was 2022 here, March of that year. We just shy of $100. So a lot of us were expecting that we could possibly see those kind of numbers here with this merger, and we were close. I mean, it's pretty close. Obviously, I don't want this to be financial advice, because it's not. I'm just a regular guy with a YouTube channel who has had some success in the market, just like any other average Joe, and I just happen to have a platform where I spew out of my mouth and people listen, and we all try to do the right thing and try to make our lives better. And I appreciate you being here listening to me, yeah, but this is not financial advice. This is just my feelings and how I see this kind of potentially playing out right here. So with this week, it was a strong week. It was a strong week, no doubt about that. And we did see sell-off, but we are still on a very much high, and the stock is still not giving us much to where, you know, we can really kind of see where it's headed, because by now we more than likely we should have seen more sell-off. Does that make sense? You know, with this huge pump, we should have seen this probably fall back down to a $40 range at this point, but we're not. So with that, the whole market today kind of took a tumble. Not the whole market, but a majority of it. It was a pretty hard day for the market. Crypto is doing quite well right now, and crypto will probably win here in April. This is, you know, obviously there's the Bitcoin having what, how do they say that? I'm not a crypto guy. I just put money in it. Crypto is going to run big this month. It's going to be a crypto month. That's going to be the news. That's going to be the atmosphere. That's going to be the that you smell and you hear and you see everything what's going on here. And that's going to be the majority of people's attention in the market. It's going to be on crypto, what's going on with Bitcoin and all these other coins that are wrapped up around it. I say that because I do think that a majority of investors, there will be, 1/3 of investors will take their money, take their earnings out of this, and they will start pushing it into crypto. And a lot of those, yes, are day traders. A lot of those are, in and out, wham bam traders. That's great. We need those people. And they're going to take their money elsewhere because they know what's coming. They know it. And then we still have this second, 2/3 of the investor looking at this and going, I'm going to wait this out a little more. You see where this is going to go. And I'll even say a lot of you have sold out. I think a lot have sold out, but they're still watching. We're still watching for this next play to see what's going to happen here with Trump media. And that's probably where I'm at. That's really where I'm at. I'm not going to lie. That's where I'm at. Taking profit, going to kind of regroup here, see what's going on. I cannot trust the stock right now because obviously at this point, we're not investing on a financial pillar. We're investing strictly on gambling on the hype that this thing keeps running. Because, side note, with this second half of this 2/3 of this investor that I'm talking about right now, which I think is the majority of us that are here, we're watching the sharks over here, the 1/3, and then the third. We're over here that are the long-term investors, the people that just love Trump. They love Trump media. They want to be a part of it. And they're like, I'm ride or die. I don't care if it goes back down to $5. They're going to sit there. That's okay. We need those guys too, whatever happens. So with this middle ground where I think a lot of us are meeting right now, whether you've sold out or you're still sitting in it and you're like, I think maybe you sold but you bought back in thinking maybe it'll still run to an 85. That's and that's why I made those videos last week or just a few days ago where I was like, be careful, don't trust this right now. We're sitting in this middle spot right now where Trump media here could go one of two ways. It could take a route where it does what it's supposed to. It falls apart. It has no backbone to hold it right now. There's no financial background in it. And that's okay because it's a new company. We're not expecting them to come out with crazy quarterlies, crazy deals, all this kind of stuff. I'm not expecting that. I'm not expecting that from Trump media for, maybe 2-3 years now to be profitable on a debt ratio to profit. I mean, that's just business logistics, I would assume. Do I expect us to be a profitable company? I would hope so, but personally, I'm not there yet. What I do see with that, swinging to this other side here, is that we could see this turn into somewhat of an AMC situation where the third of the investors that love Trump so much, and a lot of them have huge money, a lot of them have big money, to where they keep pushing into this stock. They just keep buying, they keep pushing, and we see just this unorganic situation happen with the stock where it's just unnaturally pushed, like somewhat like an AMC situation where they're betting against the bears, because you better believe it, there are people there, they have puts, there's the options are like this right now. They are fighting, the puts and the calls are just up against each other right now. And I know a lot of people want me to cover that, and I like I said, I'm not a financial guy. This is such a risky situation of which way this thing could go right now. We've never seen anything like this. This stock is so political still, and so risky, to where it can make you a lot more money or it can drown you for a few more months. That's the God's honest truth. I think you need to see that. Just get your emotion out of it right now and really look at it, what it could do. Is that making sense to where, we could really see this stock could really be grabbed by a huge part of investors that just really manipulate the stock, which, okay, I'm totally fine with, because it could run up to crazy numbers. Really where I'm at right now, me personally, where I'm at as somebody that is very curious about the stock, and I fully admit somewhat obsessed with it at this point because it's so unique in the market right now. Will it go back to $40, $30, $20 here within the next 30 days? Me as an investor that's been in the market for a while, and I think like most of you, we go, of course it's going to go back down. Of course, it has to. It has to. I do think that if it holds next week, especially the week after that, if we go into like the second week of April and this thing is still sitting around a $50 to $60 bid price, or it's gone even higher than that, then I think the stock is somewhat showing its cards at that point. I think you are seeing people pushing it still, manipulating it. That third that I was talking about, people that are ride or die in it, they're not selling. They're not selling their shares. And a matter of fact, a lot of them are buying even more because it's not going down. Then you're going to see the 1/3 and the 2/3 go, well, it's not really going down, so maybe we should start pumping this again, and maybe we should start pushing it. So that's, if that makes any sense to anybody, hopefully it does. It's just the ramblings of a madman at this point. I completely understand, but that's really what I think in my head. And obviously, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy with a YouTube channel who likes to ramble here. I am excited to see what happens. I do believe that if this thing holds its ground for at least 2 weeks, we see Trump media here hold this $50 to $60 range, then I think that's a pretty good indication that we may not be losing this high price right now. We may be staying and going up even more. And if we can hold a high price until Trump officially announces that he's running against Biden and he names his campaign partner, his vice president, I think those are really going to jump the stock too. Any good news is going to jump the stock right now. It's going to pulse whatever good news that Trump brings out right now. So that's where I'm at. Those are my feelings with this right now. I hope that was helpful with that. So I'm very much in the realm that this could go down very much, or it could go up a lot. But we've just never seen anything like this, so I cannot in good conscience really a good indication of what's going to happen next. I think we just kind of have to wait and see. So friends, going right into Rumble, let's talk about Rumble. I'm very excited about Rumble. This is honestly one of my favorite investments I've made, and I'm really excited about it. So Rumble this week had their quarterly. They just made it, thank God. They had a good quarterly, and the stock has done well. A few people were saying like it's not doing much. I mean, to me, this is great. Today Rumble even ran up to, like an 860, almost an 860. We're almost at an 860. But it was a good day. And so where I'm at with Rumble right now, to make this kind of short and sweet to the point, to me, Rumble is the safe bet right now. That, if Rumble can get one more good quarterly out, that's 3 good quarterlies out in a row, or 4 good quarterlies out in a row. But either way, quarterlies are not so much the things that excite me right now with Rumble. They're good. That's what you want. When you invest in a company, are they having good quarterlies? What's their debt to ratio, profitability, all that stuff. And Rumble next year is expecting to be debt free. Next year they're expecting to have a lot more cash on hand. And the thing that is really, really keeping me focused and interested in Rumble, and where it's like I can't afford not to be a part of it, is that it's what could happen out of the blue. Could we wake up one day and see news that Joe Rogan has signed with Rumble? Somebody out, famous, whoever, that has a huge platform signs with Rumble. Did Rumble were they able to work with TikTok or another big company? What is Rumble going to be bringing more to the table here this year? And those are really the things that are going to drive the price of Rumble. It's more than not, most of the time, what you see drive a stock, and this is a perfect example of digital world turning into Trump media here. It's what could be. It's hype. Those are the things that could really push Rumble here, with who they could be working with, what it could turn into, and that Rumble real reason that Rumble should go back down to $6. There's no reason that Rumble should go back down to $5. Those numbers at this point should be gone. We've had great quarterlies. We know that Rumble is headed for really even better numbers. We know that Rumble is a healthy company at this point, and it is a very fast-moving, growing platform that this year will probably be one of the biggest years it could have. And if we do see a Trump win in November, Rumble will probably have massive success off of that, because their bread and butter right now is free speech platform. That's what they are associated with. So, but obviously I hope they expand into more things. Trying to make that short and sweet to the point, I am happy with Rumble. I think Rumble's had a fantastic week, and Rumble's different, and I think that's what people have to realize too. I think, people were commenting that, I thought Rumble was going to go like $20. No, Rumble is a different play. I was hoping Rumble would maybe see like $9.50, possibly $10, but it didn't. The main thing is that Rumble is at this 8, and I think this is good ground to get us started to going into a 9 to a double digit. Rumble is a company that you're investing into that makes a lot of money, real money. It's a really big platform. It is a company that has huge potential in the next 5 to 10 years to what it's going to turn into. Right now, Trump media is just a hype play at this point. So it's kind of separating those two and seeing what is. And Rumble does not have the same attention that Trump media has right now. It's not being played the same. It's definitely a high card in your deck, but it's not an ace. It's nothing like that. It's probably like a queen or something. It's a very valuable card, but it's nothing like what Trump media is right now. It's just not, and that's okay. I don't even want it to be. I don't want it to be. I just want it to be a slow growing stock that reacts to news well, that it should get in, its profitability. It keeps going up on top of that. So that's kind of where I'm at, friends. I think it's been a wonderful week. Congratulations to everyone that did well this week. What more could we ask for? Going back to Trump media, like I said, I just personally, I have to wait and see what's happening here before jumping back into this huge, ocean of what could possibly happen here with uncharted waters. I do think the stock is going to do well this year. I think it's going to continue to do well. I guess maybe I'm just sounding greedy. The main thing is, like, how low can you get back in? What is the bottom to get back in here? Is it $20? Is it $30? Is it $15? Is it $40? Or are we just going to remain at $50? I think just time will tell, but for me, I've got to kind of wait and see what's going to happen here. That's where I'm at with it. Friends, I will talk to you real soon, promise. And once again, congratulations. I'll talk to you soon.